Walkers Road, Waterfront, Town Center Plaza, and now Red Bay.
And now, The Business Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter. Here's your host, Sabrina Turner.
Good morning, Cayman, and once again, it's time for another Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. I'm your host, Sabrina Turner, being back after 1 week break, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Mr. Art Connor from For the Record for covering for me whilst I was taking part in a 1 week long mass casualty management course. And, I'll take this time to thank Danny Coleman and Simon Boxall, along with Mr. Richard Barrow and all of the team for just making sure that we were up to speed. And it was amazing. It's an amazing experience. How fitting to have Savannah Pharmacy and Gifts here talking about, and they are our guests this morning, and knowing the course that I came off, how we all play a part in the community. I want to shout out to the Royal Cayman Islands Police, especially Officer Kern, Ling, some of the guys over there at Fire, Miller, Scotty from the port, even Gidget from Customs. It's a multi-agency that took part in this week-long course, and it takes a lot of resources and time out of these people who dedicate their lives. I totally have different respect for first responders, and I'm even more humbled as a common citizen in the Cayman Islands to know that I can give of assistance if needs be. So again, thank you for Mr. Connor for holding it down for me. But it's time now to get into our first show and the first segment of Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. We want to thank our sponsors, of course, and one of our guests. Today, we want to thank Savannah Pharmacy, Cayman Medical Supplies, and we want to also thank Green Turtle.ky and Grape Tree Cafe over there in Bodden Town. Without your sponsorships, it would not be possible. But it's a pleasure to have in studio with me Miss Angela Ebanks, who's owner, pharmacist, manager, and she's joined by Miss June Welly, front store manager, coming in and sharing some more information with us about the pharmacy over there in Countryside. So all those persons who, it's all tucked away, but it's there for you. And to tell us more about their products and services this morning, it's a pleasure to have you on our show. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now give us some history into Savannah Pharmacy and how much years it has been in operation and how it has grown to a successful business that it is today.
In 2007, October, actually it's been 11 years now, Savannah Pharmacy first opened its door in Countryside Shopping Village. And actually we partnered with Dr. Tomlinson and opened right beside the Savannah Medical Clinic. Uh-huh. And at that time it was 500 square foot of shop space. So it was mainly prescription services we were offering. And over the past, after 3 years or so, customers were requesting, a larger variety of things. So we thought it best to move. So we're still in Countryside, beside Cayman National Bank, and we moved into a 2,500 square foot shop space. So we have expanded our services and our product line since 11 years this year.
Yeah, that's definitely showing the growth and the demand, because everything right now, fastest growing districts are now in the eastern area. So you would understand the demand for your products and services, which leads me to ask Ms. June, tell us some of the products that are offered.
Well, we have such a variety, everything from a vast variety of vitamins, things like probiotics. We have gift ideas. We have clothing lines, handbags. Of course, we have many different seasonal items depending on the time of the year. Things like sun lotions and everything visitors want. We have trinkets for them to bring home if they want to have gifts for that. Mm-hmm. And, of course, now we're really gearing up for the holiday season coming up.
My favorite time of the year. Mm-hmm. What about being able to check your blood pressure? Do you offer those services in store?
Yes, we do. Pharmacists and technicians are involved, actively involved, and we see that as an important part of patient care. We do free blood pressure checks.
Okay.
Yes.
Both of you, understand the importance of customer relationship and excellent customer service. What are your comments in regards to that importance and, just being involved in the feedback from your customers?
Well, our customers are priority, and on a day-to-day basis, we have customers as soon as they come through the door, we greet them. That's very important. And we have friends, customers who've been coming back to us, and we offer advice. We just, it's not based on purchases only. People come in for advice, and we give them advice, healthcare, for their healthcare needs. And we value their relationship quite, that they're valuable to us.
What does your staff complement consist of? How many persons make up your staff?
At the moment, we have 12 members of staff, and they're both professional, technical, and clerical. So we have the part-time staff members, and that's included. We have 12 staff.
Now, their roles. Can you just explain their roles that they play?
Sure. We have 2 full-time pharmacists and 3 technicians, and the pharmacists mainly, our main role is to dispense prescriptions and counseling patients.
Oh.
So we provide, counseling to patients on their medications, or, just for advice only. If they call. Our technicians, they do most of the over-the-counter recommendations. They assist the pharmacists in filling prescriptions. And then we have the front store manager, and she's in charge of the front shop with the other clerical workers for ordering and helping and assisting customers as they come in for their needs.
What are your hours of operation? What are the store hours?
Oh, we are open 7 days a week. And most holidays, there's only 2 holidays, Christmas and Easter, that we're not open. And during the week, Monday through Saturday, we are open from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. And on Sundays, we're open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
If you're
holidays.
Just in the holidays.
And holidays.
10 to 6 as well?
10 to 6 as well.
If you're just tuning into Radio Cayman Business Buzz, good morning. We put the spotlight this morning and hear about Savannah Pharmacy. Our guests are Miss Angela Ebanks, who's the manager of pharmacy and owner. She's joined by Miss June Welly, front store manager, telling us all about the products and services that are being offered. Now, are there any upcoming specials, understanding that the holidays are fast approaching and knowing how important it is to get those cards off ahead of time, especially if you're not into the e-cards and you just want to do it the real way where you go to the mail and you collect it. But any other specials going on, Thanksgiving, Cayman Thanksgiving is coming up?
We try to do some type of specials at least every other month. And, of course, at the end of one season, we try to have a sale so that we can have enough space to be able to bring on the new products, of which our Christmas products have expanded to everything from toys to jewelry to handbags. So those things are coming up as well, and we're constantly getting new products in right now. So there's kind of an ongoing type of special that we can provide to people. We do specials for our elderly, and do discounts and things for them. So it's kind of an ongoing project that we are constantly looking for something to make sure people want to come in and see what's new and exciting.
Now, Ms. Ebanks, Being a business owner, what challenges, if any, have you faced, understanding from how long you have actually been doing this, seeing it evolve, understanding there have been ups, there have been downs, I'm quite sure being days that you're like, can we continue to do this? What has given you that drive, that motivation for continuity?
Well, it's my passion for pharmacy. And to see our customers, or we have loyal customers who have, really supported us along the way, those years, 11 years. As I said, when we first started out, it was just a prescription service. And during the years, we've had numerous requests for increasing the line of products. And with that in mind, it was challenging. We had days when we thought it wasn't a good idea, but with everything else, there were times, there were slow seasons, but we are confident that where we are located, the uniqueness of our location,
right,
and with our customers, we will do well.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll hear a lot more about Savannah Pharmacy and Gifts from Miss Angela and Miss June.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, sponsored by Cayman National Bank. Visit Cayman National Bank today for all of your financial needs. The Cayman Islands, he hath founded it upon the seas.
Lawrence Edwin Farrington, 1908 through 1981. Eddie Farrington started his seafaring career on a turtling vessel at the young age of 12. He went on to sail on schooners, serving as cook, sailor, and mate before sailing on steamships. He joined the Merchant Marine in 1926. In 1940, during World War II, while traveling on the SS Stanport carrying supplies from New York to England, the crew was captured by Germans, who then torpedoed their ship. They were fortunate in that the norm was to torpedo the ship with the crew aboard. Eddie spent 4 years in a concentration camp in Germany along with 6 other Caymanians, and there he learned the trade of shoemaking. Upon his return to Cayman, he employed his new skills in making and repairing shoes during breaks between trips to sea, and he taught quite a few young men, including his son, the trade. He also contributed his skills to the community by repairing footballs and cricket balls free of charge. He retired from sea in 1975.
Radio Cayman's historical facts vignettes are proudly brought to you by Cayman National, with branches on all 3 Cayman Islands. Visit Cayman National Bank today for all of your financial needs.
Cayman National would like to remind our customers to activate their new chip cards as soon as possible. All cards were mailed out, and we urge customers to check their mailbox regularly for their new card. Once received, please visit any of our 23 ATMs to activate your card. Doing a simple balance inquiry, which is free of charge, will activate your card. If you do not have a PIN or have forgotten your PIN, please visit one of our 7 customer service centers to PIN your card. Thank you for banking with us at Cayman National Bank.
That smells so good. Wow, looks delicious. Let me tell you, Grapetree Cafe is the #1 fish fry place on island. You can't see my plate, or? Yeah, and I'm looking at this menu and not only seeing fried fish, I also see roast fish. I see fritters, breadfruit, cassava, plantain, look here, wings, conch fritter, saltfish fritter and sauce. And watch, they even got chicken tenders and fries. And on Saturday, child, they even got chicharron. Plus, you got all the delicious local juices to wash it all down.
That's right. Grapetree Cafe here on the beach in Bordentown is loved by locals and visitors like me and my family. It is the popular weekend spot to enjoy the ambiance, great food, and soft island music. I'm returning home tomorrow, but I can't wait to return to the Caymans and enjoy the good food and island vibes at Grape Tree Cafe in Bordentown.
Okay, wanna try to order up and come join me here so we can watch the sunset. You may have heard of them by now. greenturtle.ky, a one-stop shop for your mobile needs. Whether shopping for a new phone or topping up a loved one, it's time to hop aboard the Green Turtle Express. From 24-hour delivery in Grand Cayman to sending credit worldwide, greenturtle.ky is the future of mobile. Take a ride on the Green Turtle Express today. greenturtle.ky. They get there first.
Cayman Kind is the Cayman experience.
We work at the Cayman Craft Market.
It is a myth that we do not need the cruise ship industry.
It is a fact that when there are no ships in port, we do not earn a living. We depend on the cruise industry, and if it was to reduce by half, many others just like us would suffer immensely. We want to work and provide for our families.
We need the pier.
Support the piers. Support our tourism.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Cayman's Business Buzz.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz right here on Radio Cayman. I'm your host, Sabrina Turner, as we keep the spotlight this morning on our first guest, Savannah Pharmacy and Gifts. Joining me are manager, pharmacist, owner, Miss Angela Ebanks, and she's brought front store manager, Miss June Welly, to tell us more. Now, for all of those persons who know that you're there only when it's a matter of emergency, there's a lot more to offer. So tell us, why Savannah Pharmacy?
We have a wide range of products. And more importantly, our prescription service is open from Monday through Saturday, 9 to 8 p.m., 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., Sunday 10 to 6, holidays 10 to 6. So pharmacists are there every day. And we're there to offer whatever your healthcare need, your advice is. If you're just needing something from the over-the-counter recommendation, we can do it for you.
Now, what sets your pharmacy apart from other competitors?
I think that's an excellent question and one we really thought about. But for me, we noticed that people can come, park their car, be able to come to the pharmacy, go to the bank, get their groceries, get any tools that they need at A.L. Thompson. We have 2 clinics, a veterinary service, and you can get your hair cut while you're waiting without having to move your car at all. So location, and it's expanding daily. They're building a new plaza right across the street. So it's a great area that has intersections going to so many of the districts.
Mm-hmm. Definitely an evolving community.
It really is.
Now, I would imagine you carry diabetic products. Can you just give an example of some of the items as it pertains to diabetes and maybe other illnesses or that persons can get products and supplies for?
Sure. We do have the blood glucose monitors and One Touch Ultra. We carry the Freestyle Light blood glucose monitors with their strips and the complementary items that go with them. And we do have blood pressure monitors, both automatic and self-monitoring monitors on sale, and for wrist and cuff. So we have a wide range of those monitors. And convalescent aids. You know, we do have a lot of, we have the elevated, like toilet seats, things for the shower bench.
Right.
Important. And, yes, lots of stuff in store.
Now talk about some of the sun protection products that you also carry.
Of course, being on an island where it's lovely and beautiful every day, we do have everything from banana boat to the Ocean Pacific products. We have SPFs that go up to 100, baby products. So if you have little ones that need a special product, we carry organic sunscreens as well, and we also have things like aloe vera gel and special gels if you do stay out in the sun just a little too long. Along with those, we do have things like fins and goggles and flip-flops and everything you need for walking on the hot sand and being in the water, beachwear, toys for children to be out on the beach.
Now, flu season is here. I can actually say it's here.
Yes, it's
and
here.
I understand that from what I'm reading, there's already been, I think, one reported death in the U.S. Can you tell us what advice you would give to those persons who may be for or against getting, the flu shot, or what products you have that may be able to help them build up their immune system for this flu season?
Yes, we are in flu season now, so I would advise everyone to, whether it's the elderly, young, middle age, to have that flu vaccine. It's very important because the flu can have very, very serious repercussions. I mean, it starts as a simple cold, and next thing you know, it goes into bronchitis. And, for the elderly, it's so important that they protect themselves and they immunize themselves against this. So I would advise people to get flu vaccines, and I'm sure it's available. They can call up, the Georgetown Hospital or the clinics on the island.
Now, in regards to, you're hearing a lot about vitamin C and the importance of adding vitamin C. Do you sell those products as well so persons can, just bump it up a little bit?
Yes, we do. We have the effervescent vitamin Cs, and actually the ones that are mixed with the B complex, it just gives you that energy. Even if you're feeling a little run down, we find Baroka is one of them. And I find it works for me.
Right.
If during the days when you're tired and you feel a little lethargic. And rehydration is very important too during this flu season.
Okay.
So just stay hydrated.
Our temperatures may fall a little bit, but that doesn't mean that you're not lacking water. So it's always very important to hydrate yourself. Now, where in Savannah is your pharmacy located exactly? Understanding that you're in the countryside village, where are you located?
We are situated right next to the CNB Bank, Cayman National Bank. We are, on the other side of us is the Napa Auto Store, and kitty corner across from the subway and Flow phone service.
Okay. For those person who may want to know more about Savannah Pharmacy, is there a website?
We have. We're working on our website. We have changed our domain a little, but it's going to be out very soon on our social media. Yes.
What would you like to leave in your own individual capacities with our listening audience this morning about why they should choose Savannah Pharmacy and Gifts?
That's an excellent question. I think that along with our location, we pride ourselves on our customer service. We enjoy everyone that comes in, whether they're feeling well or not, and are there to help them. I think we realize that we have a big variety of customers, not only the patients that come in, but we have other pharmacies that we work with. We have doctors in the community, and pretty much our own neighborhood are all people that we work with. And we want them to enjoy their experience as much as we enjoy seeing them.
Okay. Ms. Angela.
Yes, I am thankful for our customers. I just want to say thank you to our loyal customers over the years. And we will continue to give them that personal attention for their healthcare needs.
For the young person who may be an aspiring pharmacist or just aspiring to be an entrepreneur, be it retail or whatever their desire is, what would you tell them this morning?
I would encourage them to pursue pharmacy. We need pharmacists. We really do need pharmacists on this island. And you have to have a passion. You have to be caring. And once you're there, you can move through and be successful. That's all it takes.
Yeah. If you enjoy science, maths, and working with people,
right.
Those are things, and stay in school. That's what I can say. Stay in school. You will totally enjoy the experience.
Okay. Well, ladies, it has been a pleasure. Thank you for allowing us to put the spotlight on Savannah Pharmacy and Gifts, and I wish you all success.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you.
Our first guests were Miss Angela Ebanks, manager, owner, pharmacist, and she is joined by Miss Joan Welly, front store manager of Savannah Pharmacy and Gifts. For more information, you can give them a call, 946-3336. You got those prescriptions that need to be filled on your way home, call in advance. Again, that's 946-3336. Stay tuned for more of the Business Buzz after the 8 o'clock news, sports and weather update, when we'll be back. Over to you, Lynn.
All right, thank you very much, Sabrina. Time is now 7:57, brought to you by Price Right.
Price Right is Grand Cayman's warehouse shopping superstore, making your dollar go further with huge savings and no membership fees. Get more of the things you use every day at the right price. But it's not just grocery and health and beauty. Price Right has a full range of products from office to automotive, patio furnishings to kitchen appliances, and even electronics. And since warehouse prices mean savings for you, everything is priced right at Price Right, Grand Cayman's warehouse shopping superstore.
Come on, let's go.
Mark your calendars. Breeze Fusion Walk Run is coming. Radio Cayman's Breeze Fusion Walk Run is coming. Saturday, November 3rd in Grand Cayman and November 24th in Cayman Brac. Visit CaymanActive.com to register today or stop by Radio Cayman on Elgin Avenue. This year's funds go to benefit the NCVO, the John Gray High School Music Department, and the So-and-So Club of Cayman Brac.
89.9 Radio Cayman helps you to weather the storm during this hurricane season.
One of the most crucial elements of hurricane preparedness is storm awareness. During the season, it is of utmost importance to pay attention to the latest local weather forecast, as hurricanes do not suddenly form or strike. There are various methods of advanced notification. Utilizing such may be the difference between a favorable outcome and disaster. Both television and radio serve as excellent mediums with up-to-the-minute storm path information in the wake of a hurricane. Another method of tracking a hurricane may be only arm's length away. Your smartphone or tablet can be your most valuable tool before, during, and after a storm, providing countless numbers of apps with crucial hurricane information. Many apps allow you to track storms with moving radar and satellite imagery, plus offer alerts, current conditions, forecasts, advisories, and even video.
This hurricane preparedness tip was brought to you by your community radio station, Radio Cayman, 89.9 FM.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
Access. Information. Your community. News and information. Radio Cayman is your choice, your voice for today's biggest news. Radio Cayman.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, I'm Shanda Gallego with your latest news. Core government records a surplus of $190.7 million during the first 2 quarters of 2018 while continuing to pay off public debt. According to a statement from Government Information Services, debt was reduced from $483.3 million in March 2017 to $432.8 million at the end of June 2018. Health Minister the Honourable Dwayne Seymour wraps up this year's healthcare conference with a bit of humour.
I actually needed to come because I'm actually the heaviest minister to ever be the Minister of Health.
Hosted by the Ministry of Health and Health Services Authority, last week's conference at the Ritz-Carlton provided a range of presentations, talks, and panel discussions, all focused on different aspects of patient empowerment, including a lecture on the empowered patient and the Internet.
The websites have to show you the worst case scenario to avoid being sued, right? So, as it happens, if you look up chest pain, the Internet doesn't ask you if you're a triathlete or a smoker. It just says you better go to A&E, right? Because you could be having a heart attack. It has to say that.
Dr. David Greenberg there telling attendees why we always see the worst we Google on our symptoms on the Internet. In the coming days, all of the content from the healthcare conference will be available on the website at healthcareconference.ky. In other local news, the Cayman Islands National Weather Service is proud to announce the release of its very own mobile app. Details now from Radio Cayman's April Cummings.
Available on Apple, iOS, and Android platforms, the new Cayman Islands Weather Service app can be found on the Google Play Store and the Apple Store by searching for Cayman Weather or CINWS. Technical engineer Kirk Douglas developed the app with help from the department's team of meteorological experts. It offers a suite of products specific to the Cayman Islands, including current weather conditions from the automated weather observing systems at Owen Roberts International Airport and a 5-day Cayman Islands forecast. There are also sister islands and Cayman Islands forecast radio streams, live Doppler radar animations, surface analysis, hurricane bulletins, and marine charts. Future plans include the addition of weather satellite images and live weather conditions from a number of other locations within the Cayman Islands. The app also offers a weather forecast specifically for the sister islands, which officials say will only be available for streaming on the weather app or via the CINWS Facebook page. April Cummings, Radio Cayman News.
The Cayman Islands National Weather Service is the only official source of local meteorological information in the Cayman Islands and the only organization that can issue weather-related warnings for the country. Turning to regional news now, Trinidad and Tobago yesterday began the task of mopping up following heavy rains over the past 4 days that caused widespread flooding, landslides, and left millions of dollars in damage. There were no reports of deaths or persons missing. Many people were being housed at hurricane shelters mainly in the south, central, and eastern part of the country where the floods have caused the most damage. The Trinidad and Tobago Meteorological Service yesterday maintained its orange level alert for the Twin Island Republic that had been issued since last Thursday until Tuesday, warning residents of intermittent showers in varying localities. The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Management said that at least 150,000 people were directly affected by the torrential rains over the past few days as a result of an intertropical convergence zone that flooded homes, damaged roads, and made bridges in some areas impassable. Now with the check of international news, here's the BBC. That's it from me. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, I'm Shanda Gallego.
BBC News, I'm John Shea. The Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan says there's strong evidence to show that the Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi was savagely murdered in a planned operation. He dismissed the suggestion that Mr Khashoggi's death in the Saudi consulate in Istanbul was an accident and said those responsible must be tried in Turkey. Saudi Arabia has blamed rogue agents. The US National Security Advisor John Bolton has dismissed Russia's warnings that scrapping a key bilateral nuclear treaty will make the world a more dangerous place, saying the rhetoric is overheated. Mr Bolton said the nuclear technology and the geostrategic reality, meaning the rise of China, had changed. China is not a signatory to the treaty. The United Nations Refugee Agency says it's sending staff to southern Mexico as a caravan of at least 7,000 migrants from Central America passes through on its way to the US border. The agency said it was important to provide support to the most vulnerable asylum seekers. The leader of the opposition in Malaysia has said the recent earthquake and tsunami in Indonesia, which are thought to have killed several thousand, were God's way of punishing gay people. The comments by Ahmad Zahid Hamidi drew immediate criticism, but many in Malaysia oppose the extension of gay rights. And that's the latest BBC World News.
Access. Information. What's happening in your community? News and information, music and more. You can find us. www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Radio Cayman is your choice, your voice for today's biggest news. Radio Cayman.
The Premier League is back. Every team,
every game. Every goal is on Flow. Sign up for the Flow Sports Pack today and get 8 dedicated channels to all the Premier League games in stunning HD. Call 1-800-534-7253 or visit discoverflow.ky for more info. The Premier League is back.
The Cayman Islands Government e-Services have launched 2 new online services for the general public. Now you can save time by renewing your vehicle or driver's license and apply for a trade and business license online. Find out more about these new features and future online services at the e-Services Showcase at the Marriott on Thursday, October 25th from 9 to 11 a.m. Refreshments will be served. The Cayman Islands Government e-Services. More convenient than ever.
In financial news, global shares were broadly lower on Tuesday as investors focused on geopolitical worries in Italy, China, and beyond. In early trading, Germany's DAX slipped 2.3% to 11,265, and France CAC 40 was 1.6% lower at 4,971.82. Britain's FTSE 100 lost 1.2% to 6,959. Several large U.S. businesses, which are due to report third-quarter earnings later in the day, would either provide markets with much-needed tailwinds or rock them further. Underperformance by companies like Caterpillar, 3M, and Verizon could be taken as a sign that rising interest rates, inflation, and trade disputes are weighing on the global outlook. In Europe, Italian lawmakers stood by a budget plan that would allow the country to ramp up public spending. The plan expands its targeted deficit to 2.4% of gross domestic product next year, 3 times more than promised by the previous government. And the European Union is worried that this would prevent Italy from lowering its debt, which is second only to Greece among its members. International credit rating agency Moody's has downgraded Italy's credit ratings in response. That is your latest in financial news here on Radio Cayman. I'm Shanda Gallego.
Your weather update after 8 is brought to you by Brand Source Home Gallery, creating elegant bathrooms with European-style fixtures and fittings.
Good morning with a look at the latest weather update. This is the official public forecast prepared by the Cayman Islands National Weather Service. Current temperature outside 82 degrees. Winds are coming in from the east at 6 knots. Relative humidity is at 89%. Barometric pressure is at 29.97 inches and rising. Overnight low last night 80 degrees. Synopsis indicates light to moderate winds and seas will continue across the Cayman area for the next 24 hours as a ridge of high pressure weakens over the southeast U.S. Radar images show isolated showers in and around the Cayman area moving west. Forecast for today, partly cloudy skies, 30% chances of some morning showers. Temperatures will rise to the upper 80s. Winds going to be east to northeast, 10 to 15 knots. Seas will be moderate with wave heights of 3 to 5 feet. Tonight, I expect partly cloudy skies, 20% chances of late night showers. Temperatures will fall to the upper 70s. Winds are going to be from the east to northeast, 5 to 10 knots. Seas will be slight with wave heights of just 1 to 3 feet. High tide today, 8:45 a.m. Low tide at 2:48 p.m. High tide again at 8:21 p.m. Sunset 5:55 p.m. and sunrise bright and early tomorrow 6:23 a.m. Outlook is for similar weather conditions through Thursday morning. This is the official public weather forecast prepared by the Cayman Islands National Weather Service, brought to you in part by Brand Source Home Center.
Your weather update after 8 is brought to you by Brand Source Home Gallery, creating elegant bathrooms with European-style fixtures and fittings.
Hi, I'm remodeling our bathroom. I have a few questions.
Sure.
What are some ideas to make my bathroom feel larger? How do I know if I'm picking the right vanity? How do I choose a new toilet or a new countertop? Also, the lighting is terrible. Can I put a window or a skylight? And do I really need an exhaust fan?
You've come to the right place. At Brand Source, we custom design kitchen and baths, and our talented design team can help answer your questions. Whether you're looking for a modern, functional family bathroom or a luxurious personal retreat, we'll help create that beautiful space that makes your home yours. And if you're in a rush for a new look and have a limited budget, our ready-to-install bathroom vanities, built with solid wood and countertops of the finest materials, are a quick and easy remodeling solution.
For the very best in custom-designed kitchens and baths, visit Brand Source Home Gallery on Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, Cayman's new kitchen and bath center.
And good morning to our drivers on the road. Schools are on holiday right now, so traffic is not too bad coming in from the east. Smooth flowing traffic as you head on towards the Kings Roundabout and onto Linford Pearson Highway. Take a little further look up the road. Not too bad. Moderate flow of traffic by the Bobby Thompson Way. Clear flowing traffic as you head towards the C&B Roundabout. Smooth flowing traffic around the Butterfield area heading into Industrial Park as well as Godfrey Nixon Way. Also on Edward Street and Shen Road, clear flowing traffic as well. Coming up from the west is not too bad. No incidents to report at this time. Buckle up, be safe. Good luck right there to Radio Cayman.
From happy beginnings to happy ever after,
Brit K protects your lifestyle with the best insurance cover at the best possible price.
Health insurance with far-reaching benefits.
95% of claims settled in 5 days.
Low-cost life insurance.
And investments.
Security in retirement.
With a custodian pension plan.
For happy beginnings and a happy ever after,
visit BritK.ky or call 949-8699.
Brit K, where people come first.
Cruise tourism is a vital part of Cayman's economy. It is the government's responsibility to create an environment where our people can have an opportunity to grow and prosper today, tomorrow, and into the future. It is a myth that Cayman does not need cruise tourism. It is a fact that cruise passengers spend $200 million per year buying services from small businesses, tour operators, attractions, restaurants, and retail shops. Those funds stay right here, supporting our economy and communities. Support the pairs. Support our tourism.
In local sports, with a deserved weekend break looming due to the midterm holidays, schools took to the fields at different venues across the island over the weekend to participate in the fourth round of games in the 2018 CUC Boys and Girls Primary Football League PFL regular seasons. Because of the midterm break, a few games were postponed due to a lack of players available, but these games will be rescheduled and played before the end of the regular season. As Radio Cayman's Angel Harris reports, in the games that were played, there was no shortage of drama and goals.
In Group A, Cayman Prep 9B squeezed by Georgetown Primary 2-1 in the Under-9 division, while St. Ignatius Catholic enjoyed a 5-1 victory over Truth for Youth, having the respect rule enforced. In a game played on October 10th, Sir Johnny Cumber Primary outlasted Cayman Academy 1-0 in the Under-11 division. In Group B, Cayman Prep's second Under-9 team, Cayman Prep 9B, was involved in yet another close game as they rallied to defeat Red Bay Primary 2-1, while in the Under-11 division, Cayman Prep continued their league dominance by beating Red Bay Primary 4-0, having the respect rule enforced. Also in Group B, South Sound Schools enjoyed a fourth straight victory in the Under-9 division after defeating Triple C 5-1. In the Under-11 division, Triple C and Prospect Primary played a thrilling 3-all draw. In the final game, Northeast Schools recorded their first victory of the 2018 season by defeating Cayman Brac 3-2 at the Ronald Forbes Playfield in Old Man Bay. In the featured CUC GPFL Under-11 girls matchup, Savannah Primary traveled to Dart Field to take on Cayman International School, CIS. Both schools struggled to gain control of the game, but Savannah Primary's speed up front was causing a number of problems for the CIS rear guard. In only the second minute, Savannah Primary's Rianne Bess broke free to score the first of her 3 goals on the day. Miss Bess found the back of the net yet again in the 12th and 24th minutes to seal the 3-0 victory for her school in what was a very clean and competitive game. In the other CUC GPFL Under-11 games played, it was Bordentown Primary 1 versus Sir Johnny Cumber Primary and Georgetown Primary 1 versus South Sound Schools 1. Andrell Harris, Radio Cayman Sports.
There are no CUC PFL and GPFL regular season games scheduled for this Saturday, October 27th, due to the midterm break. The regular season will resume on Saturday, November 3rd. That is your latest in sports here on Radio Cayman. I'm Shanda Gallego.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment.
Cayman's Business Buzz.
Good morning and welcome back to the second segment of today's edition of the Business Buzz. And in this segment, we are pleased to put the spotlight on Cayman Clinic. Our guest in studio, I'm joined by Dr. Melissa Mascaro as we find out what a primary care sports physician do, what it is to be a life in the life of a physician that specializes in sports medicine. And we also learn more about the various services being offered and also giving us some advice for persons who may wish to pursue a career in sports medicine field. Dr. Mascaro, pleasure to have you joining us.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Just a little bit about Dr. Melissa. She, after graduating from St. Matthew's University, Dr. Mascaro moved on to complete her training in the United States during her family medicine residency program. From there, she completed a one-year specialized fellowship in sports medicine at the University of Connecticut. She's worked for a private practice group for 5 years. After that, she opened her own practice in New Jersey. For the past 3 years, Dr. Mascaro has been being a visiting specialist on the island 2 weeks a month, sharing her time between Cayman Clinic and Nova Clinic, specializing again in sports medicine. Now, what inspired you to become a primary care sports physician?
Well, that's a great question, Sabrina. I actually started off as a family physician, so my educational experience consists of medical school, which I did do here on island at St. Matthew's University, and from there I spent a bit of time over in England, and I finished some of my studies there, and then back to the United States, where I completed my 3-year residency in family medicine. As a family physician, we actually are skilled and we treat pediatrics all the way through geriatrics. So the population varies. Okay. And from there, after completing that and taking all of our board exams, I actually went on to do a 1-year fellowship, which is sports specific. Okay. So we worked with university athletes.
Now, what surprised you, if any, most about your medical school studies? Has there been anything that, came out of left field at you?
There actually, were few surprises. Going into medical school, it's going to be, hard work and a lot of dedication. You're going to miss out on a lot of things. But, surprisingly looking back, I've actually enjoyed my time so much that there really are no regrets to it. I'm very happy with the career path that I've taken. It's brought me all over the world, obviously here to a wonderful island. Yeah. So very, very happy with the career choice.
What are primary care sports physicians? Because I made a statement off air, and I was surprised at your response. And for those who know me, I've been having some issues with my knees, and I blame that on Peppers because they've been closed for refurbishing, and I've not been able to dance for a while. So I got seized up. But I would never think, because I'm no way sport-related, and you pretty much said, big misconception there.
There is a big misconception. With the title sports medicine physician, people often think you have to be an athlete in order to come see us at the practice. Yes. And that's not true. We actually take care of many different musculoskeletal injuries, which, we have patients with fibromyalgia or chronic pain. We see patients that oftentimes have, minor aches and pains just from osteoarthritis changes. Mm-hmm. We have people who have overuse injuries that come through. We sometimes will find, in the elderly, if there's a fall, we see a lot of patients that come in with basic fractures and, looking for rehabilitation goals. So you don't actually have to be an athlete to be one of our patients.
Oh, good. Thank you for dispelling that. So who do you mostly care for? Anyone with pain?
We do treat people with pain, but we also look for patients who sometimes are healthy and they want to come in for advice. Okay. We offer services such as nutritional consultation, weight loss programs. We do work with a lot of the local team here on island. Mm-hmm. We also work with professional athletes, elite athletes. Back in the United States, I work with a lot of collegiate athletes, and that varies from Division I all the way through Division III. Right. So we see the wide range of athletes, and we also take care of a lot of the weekend warriors, people who don't exercise very much and then decide they want to lose weight and perhaps start an exercise program after not doing anything for the last 6 or 7 months. So we see just quite a few people who like to exercise.
Now let's talk about some pathways to becoming a physician, and especially with these specialties. So talk about the pathway to obtaining a degree and what various careers are in the sports medicine field.
So the one nice part about sports medicine is there are so many different opportunities and different paths you can choose. As I said before, my residency happened to be in family medicine or GP practice. There are other pathways. You could be an emergency room physician. You could go into pediatrics, where you specialize just in children. You could do internal medicine, which is the specialty for adults. You can also do rehabilitation medicine, and all of those residencies after you would obtain a specialized training in sports medicine. And typically it's a 1 to 2 year fellowship that specializes in it.
Now let's talk more specifically about your areas of specialty.
We specialize in lots of different things. As the primary care, I do see a lot of patients who come in with primary care issues, chronic hypertension, diabetes, that sort of thing. And we try to get them to exercise. We try to maintain, a healthy lifestyle, which is very important for a lot of our patients. As a sports medicine specialist, I do receive a lot of referrals from primary care physicians on island, some orthopedists, some pediatricians, in order to help augment their care. So if you're seeing your doctor for hypertension and he or she recommends that you start an exercise program for weight loss, oftentimes you'll end up with these athletic type injuries. My job is to essentially help treat these injuries and give guidance back to the primary care physician in order to better, allow that patient to continue to lead a healthy lifestyle.
Now, there's a lubricant, I'm going to go here with the old knees, that is now taking light. Tell us about that. It can treat osteoarthritis.
There is. So there is a lubricant, which is otherwise known as a viscosupplementation. There are many different types of this product. On island, there are a few different brands you may be familiar with, the one being Euflexa, one being Synvisc, Monovisc, Orthovisc, all very similar. They are what's called a low molecular weight product, which helps to lubricate the knees. And the thought process is that as someone is treated with osteoarthritis, there's a time frame from when they're diagnosed to when they may need surgical interventions. In that time frame, we typically will treat them first with oral medications, dietary changes, weight loss, that sort of thing. From there, oftentimes we will make sure that they're doing physiotherapy to optimize their rehabilitation, their flexibility, their strength. From there, obviously medications and then injections. And I'm sure everyone's heard of the basic cortisone injection, which is great for acute pain. It really does help to decrease some of the inflammation, allow you to get back to normal function. But then if we're looking more towards maintenance, we do offer products such as these viscosupplementations. And the purpose is to actually help to lubricate the knee, much as you would an oil change in a car. You really want to maintain that fluid. You want to keep the joints lubricated, and it allows for, a much easier time, in daily activities.
What is the most common injury you've seen during your tenure here in Cayman that you treat?
Mostly here in Cayman, we see a lot of overuse injuries. I see a lot of athletes that come in oftentimes with shoulder aches, pains, bursitis, and also arthritis. We do see a lot of patients that come in with osteoarthritis, both in the knees and the hips. There's not a treatment or a cure for osteoarthritis, but we do try to minimize the rate at which it progresses. So that's why we recommend these different options for patients to allow them to feel better so that they don't have to stop exercising.
Okay. Has being a specialist in sports medicine met your expectations?
It's exceeded my expectations. Going to work, oftentimes I sometimes will have to cover sporting events. And it doesn't really seem like work. So you have the best seat in the house.
Yeah.
And you get to treat patients who truly want to get better. And I think that's one of the most rewarding parts of my career, is that someone comes to see me because they want to feel better. So they're more willing to actually do the treatments that we're recommending.
What do you like most about this career, besides the good seats?
The flexibility. I think with sports medicine, you sort of do as much or as little as you want. It allows for you to have a very, very close rapport with your patients. You learn what their goals are. You see them sometimes as, in their pediatric population, and then you grow with them. So if you, for example, have a family that comes in, I sometimes will see the mother, and as she delivers, she may be having some pregnancy pains in her low back and doesn't want to take medication.
Right.
So we can offer different treatments, which I'm sure we'll touch on later, such as trigger points for her back. And then when she delivers, of course, sometimes we'll see the children as they grow older, or if the mother is picking up her daughter or son and has, mommy thumb, as we call it here on island, we're able to kind of treat patients as they live their life.
You're in tune to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz as we put the spotlight on Cayman Clinic here in our second segment. I'm pleased to be joined by Dr. Melissa Mascaro, who is primary care sports medicine physician here in the Cayman Islands. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about those trigger point treatments and a lot more stuff, including, books, chapters, and article lectures that are being offered, much more. So you want to keep it locked right here to Radio Cayman for more.
Oh, Oh, gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies, free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
You may have heard of them by now. GreenTurtle.ky, a one-stop shop for your mobile needs. Whether shopping for a new phone or topping up a loved one, it's time to hop aboard the Green Turtle Express. From 24-hour delivery in Grand Cayman to sending credit worldwide, GreenTurtle.ky is the future of mobile. Take a ride on the Green Turtle Express today. GreenTurtle.ky. They get there first.
Thousands of Caymanians work in our cruise tourism industry. It is a myth that Cayman does not need cruise tourism. It is a fact that 4,500 Caymanians work in this industry today as taxi and tour operators, boat captains and crew, restaurateurs, retailers, water sports operators, and ambassadors at our attractions. If our cruise tourism industry is half of what it is today, what are we going to do with our people, the thousands of unemployed Caymanians? Support the peers, support our tourism.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Business Buzz.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz that is proudly sponsored by GreenTurtle.ky, along with Cayman Medical Supplies and Grape Tree Cafe over there in Bodden Town, keeping the spotlight on our second guest this morning, Cayman Clinic, and I'm being joined by Dr. Melissa Mascaro, who is primary care sports medicine physician here in the Cayman Islands. Now, while some sports medicine physicians are surgeons who repair damage to tendons, ligaments, joints, primary care sports medicine, is non-surgical care. But can you explain what that really involves?
I can. A lot of patients will come to us thinking that I work as an orthopedic surgeon, and that is false. My training is in family medicine. We do treat non-operatively, and we give advice to patients, and we work very closely with the orthopedists on island. And the purpose of coming to someone like myself, as opposed to an orthopedist, is that an orthopedist does operate. They may see tendons, injuries, sprains, ligament repairs, things like that. However, they're skilled in the operating room. Mm-hmm. Someone like myself can actually see these patients and exhaust all the conservative treatments. Once that's done, if the patient still is not better, then we can hand off to a surgeon and we can expedite care.
Okay. Now let's talk about some other services like trigger points.
Yes, we offer many non-surgical alternatives to chronic pain management. We do offer, in addition to the typical medication management, we offer different types of injections, one being something called trigger point injections. Mm-hmm. These injections are very effective and they work for acute pain. Many people have had knots, and I'm sure you felt shoulder tension in the past, and people have these sort of things occurring because maybe they sit at a desk for too long in their posture and they're hunched forward. These types of treatments can be either a mixture of cortisone with an anesthetic, which provides an anti-inflammatory response, or we even have all-natural substances, more homeopathic solutions that we could use as well for people who don't want the cortisone. And what we do is we actually will inject into the patient's knot or muscle spasm this medication, which in turn will sort of relax the muscle and allow for acute pain relief. These injections can sometimes be done under ultrasound depending on the location. Obviously, the safety of the patient is my main concern. Mm-hmm. And it's something that can be done roughly about a week or so in between. And we use that in addition to physical therapy and massage therapy, chiropractic care.
Okay. Why should people look to Cayman Clinic?
Cayman Clinic is a very convenient location. It's close to the airport. We have convenient parking. It is a clinic that does have numerous primary care physicians available. We offer same-day and walk-in appointments, and we do have extended hours, and we have Saturday appointments as well. Mm-hmm. So the convenience of having someone there is, one of the things that patients will look for. They want that timely appointment.
Now, what is a usual clinic day like?
Well, geez, Sabrina, that's always going to be different. I will tell you that. Some days we come in and, you may have a couple patients scheduled, and then all of a sudden somebody walks in and a dad's carrying a little boy who may have just broken their ankle. So you really have to plan for these sort of emergency things that will pop in, especially at a walk-in clinic. With primary care sports medicine, we do see things such as head traumas and basic fractures, so you have to make sure that our front staff is very expertise in triaging these patients so that they're not sitting in the waiting room.
Right. Now, Dr. Mascaro, you're a consultant physician for Seton Hall University and Stevens Institute of Technology. You also enjoy teaching as a clinical assistant professor at Seton Hall University and St. George's School of Medicine. Tell us about that.
So I actually began some of the teaching when I was in residency. I enjoyed being able to help assist our attendings with preparing lectures and doing a lot of the specialized training with some of the consultant physicians. Once I graduated, I found that having the students come back and work with me really allowed me to sort of hone in and perfect on some of the skills that I had obtained during my training. I realized, looking back at my residency, that maybe there wasn't as much hands-on experience as I would have liked. So I wanted to change that for incoming students. So I currently work with many fellows and residents in order to teach them about primary care sports medicine and allow them to have that practice.
Now, I also believe you've published some book chapters and articles in peer-reviewed journals, as well as presented research and given instructional lectures. What have been some topics addressed in your articles and lectures?
Well, in my training, we were involved in a research study that actually looked at the injury rates and prevention of female ACL injuries. I also had written a book chapter on something called commotio cordis, which is actually an injury that could occur to the heart. And I'm currently in the process of writing a book chapter for USA Gymnastics and injury prevention. So we're doing a return to play or return to sports chapter for things such as head injuries, hamstring tears, ankle sprains or fractures. So there's a lot of it that's still current, but we do have some research expertise that we're working on as well.
Okay. Now, relating to working with athletes, I would imagine the satisfaction of getting people back to the activities that they once loved doing. It must be a tremendous feeling.
It is. It is. It can also be a sad feeling when it doesn't go as we expect.
Yes.
But I would say that one of the joys and the perks of my job is to have somebody come in and sort of lay out what their goals are and then create a treatment plan that's going to help them achieve that. Yeah. And one of the nicest things that I ever received, one of the most memorable gifts, was actually from a little girl that I had who she had been really, really working hard towards a dance competition and wasn't able to, perform the way she had wanted to. So the following year, we actually were able to meet her expectations. Nice. And she came back with a little picture of herself, and it was very rewarding to see that someone had followed through.
Now, sport medicine advances with new technology and equipment. How has this made your execution more efficient?
Yeah, so there have been so many advances, and just in concussion management, for example, treatment protocols, things have changed over the last 5 years. No longer is it somebody rang their bell and they go back to athletic activity. Now it's very standard guidelines. We're able to sort of see that different parameters, with head injuries or concussions in particular, they're, very, very, very much the brain itself, the way it works, visual components are a part of that. So we now are looking at different visual therapies in order to help augment the care. Also, the use of ultrasound is something that's been huge in the last year to two. We do ultrasound-guided injections, and that helps guide our needle placement and really makes for a more accurate injection.
Where do you see sports medicine, let's say, in the next 5 years?
I think sports medicine, particularly primary care sports medicine, is advancing more towards injury prevention. Many of the things that we're working on with our national conferences are how to prevent things, how do we strengthen our athletes, how do we work on some of the emotional aspect of injuries in athletics. One thing we forget about is if somebody's skilled and used to being a high-level or elite athlete, and then all of a sudden they get injured, it does take an emotional toll. Yes. So the mental aspect of sports medicine is something that we're looking into.
Now, do you believe patients in Cayman deserve individualized, comprehensive care plans for athletic injuries? What's your take on that?
I do believe that all patients, not just ones here in Cayman, deserve their comprehensive care plans.
How critical is effective communication with parents, and how can it play a vital role in the quality of their care experience in their overall health outcome?
I think effective communication, as you know from the healthcare conference recently, is really important, especially with sports medicine and when you're dealing with the pediatric population. Much of my job is not just treating the athlete, but if it's a child, we're also treating the parents and their emotional concerns as well. Mm-hmm. So I think it's really important to know sort of what is the patient or the parent's goal, and then how do we get there. Working with coaches, working with athletic trainers and physical therapists. Oftentimes at the professional level, you're working with managers, so you also have to take that into consideration as well. Mm-hmm. Effective communication doesn't just mean, where do you want to be? It also can help us guide sort of what is the problem. Patients come in and maybe have seen 3 or 4 different doctors, but haven't been able to effectively communicate what that pain means to them. Mm-hmm. So I think it's important to really dig into that and find out exactly where does the root of this pain come from.
What is the biggest misconception you've found in your career?
That sports medicine is something that you have to be athletic in order to have an injury. It seems to be an ongoing, reoccurring theme that, I'm not an athlete, so I can't possibly have a sports medicine injury. Mm-hmm. And it's sort of explaining to patients that it's not just athletic populations that we treat. It is really treating anyone that does have pain. For example, I mentioned chronic pain and fibromyalgia. Yes. It is a treatment that obviously, medicine has advanced, and now there are different types of medications, but really firsthand is going to be physical therapy or exercise. So working with patients to help optimize their care and sort of be a team leader is something that we advise to do.
Have you seen an increase in neck injuries by holding down being on your smart devices, coupled with carpal tunnel syndrome?
I've seen definitely poor posture, some trigger thumbs. We've seen a lot of patients come in because of that. Stress also plays a role in pain as well. So one of the things that we do try to incorporate into our treatment plans is that, reduction of stress, proper posture, working on the scapular strength, making sure that they're doing home exercises. Patients, I find, will go to physical therapy for a period of time and do well, yes. And then they stop physical therapy and the injury sometimes will return. Mm-hmm. So it's making sure that they understand the importance is to learn and to educate them on what they should and should not be doing. And that does also involve staying off the smartphones.
Yeah. What other services are available at Cayman Clinic?
Cayman Clinic offers a wide variety of services. As I said, we do offer nutritional counseling. We do offer injury prevention and management. As I said, we do offer different types of injections. One of the common things that we do see here in the office is something called chronic migraines, which we do use Botox as treatment for. It is one of the FDA-approved treatments, not the cosmetic Botox that everyone's used to hearing about. But we do use it also for things such as excessive sweating of the palms and underarms and feet. That's called hyperhidrosis. It can also be used for things such as cervical dystonia, which is basically a spasm of the neck muscle, and torticollis. I'm not sure if you've heard of very, very tight neck muscles.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, very interesting. How can persons get in contact? How can they reach you to book their appointment, or it's definitely referral?
So it is not referral. We do actually see walk-ins, but it does help if we can plan in advance. As I said before, sometimes we have patients that come in unexpectedly, so we try to make everyone's appointment time reasonable for them. You can reach us at Cayman Clinic. You can access the email, or you can call 949-7400. I also split my time, as I said, at Novo Clinic, so you could reach out to us via the website also. And once you are able to reach our front staff, they're able to accurately put your appointment in when I'm here on island.
Now, do you have any advice for students interested in pursuing sports medicine as a career?
Do not give up. I will tell you that as a student, the more experience you have, the easier it is for you to get into the field. Mm-hmm. One of the things they look for is how much on-the-field experience you have. Mm-hmm. So you want to try to get out there and cover as many games, as many athletic events, marathons, triathlons as you can, and that also exposes you to different types of sports.
Right. Doctor, what would you like to leave with our listening audience this morning?
I think one of the important things is, how we differ from orthopedists. I think that's really important. We do treat patients as a whole. We look at not just their injury and their goals, but we also look to their return. We want to make sure that emotionally this injury or trauma that they've had, they're able to sort of push through that and they're not, focused on just the injury. A lot of times patients, you may not think about it, but they're fearful to return to activity once they've had an injury. Right. So we do take that into consideration and help guide their treatment plans and their return to activity safely.
Mm-hmm. Any special mentions you would like to make?
I would like to thank Cayman Clinic and Nova Clinic and also yourself for allowing me the time to come in and have this conversation with you and hopefully to let the public know exactly what it is and what services we offer. So thank you very much for having us.
And thank you so much for being our guest and allowing us to put the spotlight on in Cayman Clinic and to get a little bit more of an in-depth look at what it's like to be a primary care sports medicine physician. Again, all the best to you.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Stay tuned for more of Radio Cayman's and all of their entertainment this morning. It has been a pleasure coming back. It's a pleasure to be back. We want to thank Susan, our producer. Even though she's on vacation, she's still making it happen. And our kind sponsors, greenturtle.ky, Cayman Medical Supplies, and Grape Tree Cafe. Just a PSA, I'd like to let you know that you can go out on Saturday, October the 27th to the West Bay Heritage Park, where they'll be having their official grand opening of the Farmers Market. This project is by the West Bay Central Community Council. Again, admission is free. There is lots of entertainment, activities, competitions, and food for the entire island and family. Yes, that's this Saturday, October 27th at the West Bay Heritage Park, which is next to Ed Bush Stadium. Admission free, gates open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Until Thursday, which we'll have a jam-packed business buzz right here on Radio Cayman. Have a wonderful day.
That smells so good. Wow, looks delicious. Let me tell you, Grape Tree Cafe is the #1 fish fry place on island. You can't see my plate, or? Yeah, and I'm looking at this menu and not only seeing fried fish, I also see roast fish, I see fritters, breadfruit, cassava, plantain, look here, wings, conch fritter, saltfish fritter and sauce, and watch, they even got chicken tenders and fries. And on Saturday, child, they even got chicharron. Plus, you got all the delicious local juices to wash it all down.
That's right. Grape Tree Cafe here on the beach in Bordentown is loved by locals and visitors like me and my family. It is the popular weekend spot to enjoy the ambiance, great food, and soft island music. I'm returning home tomorrow, but I can't wait to return to the Caymans and enjoy the good food and island vibes at Grape Tree Cafe in Bordentown.
Okay, wanna try to order up and come join me here so we can watch the sunset. Oh gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies. Free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
Mark your calendars. Radio Cayman's Breeze Fusion Walk Run is coming. Sister Islanders, save the date. Saturday, November 24th. Breeze FM and Radio Cayman will be returning to the BRAC for the 3rd annual BRAC Breeze Fusion 5K Walk Run at the public beach on South Side. This year's 5K event will be raising funds for the So-and-So Club. Registration is only $15 for adults and $10 for kids. For more information, visit caymanactive.com.
Pleasant good morning, Radio Cayman 89.9 FM. It's with great sadness that you let the public know that the mighty Shadow Calypso singer has passed away. So in tribute, we will be playing some of his songs right here on Radio Cayman. Once again, Mighty Shadow passed away at the age of 77.
Send you to town. She said, do not be long. Now you stand up to dance. She don't beat off your pants. Peter, come on, darling. Peter, Granny calling. Jane, this is Juve morning. Jane, I can't take the jamming. Stop. I can't help it. Granny waiting on you while you take off your shoe like you're losing control. Music on with your soul. Peter, come on darling. Peter, Granny calling. Jane, this is Tuesday morning. Jane, I can't take you jamming. Stop. Jane, I'm feeling to jump up. I am not a bad boy, but I cannot help it. I am not a bad boy. I said I can't help it. Behaving like John, the old vagrant in tongue, like you're losing your mind, a demon in your spine. Peter, hear me calling. Peter, Granny falling. Jane, this is Tuesday morning. Jane, I can't let you jamming. Stop. Jane, I'm feeling to jump up. Wow, wow. I am not a bad boy, but I cannot help it. I am not a bad boy. I said I can't help it.
Once again, if you're just tuning in to Radio Cayman, with great sadness, we report that the mighty Shadow has passed away. So in tribute, we are playing songs of him, like this one here, Dingo Leo, on Radio Cayman.
Music sweet, music sweet. The one who invented music has got to be terrific, got to be the one who created the sun and the trees, rivers and seas. Music fills the world with happiness, plenty, sweetness, and togetherness. Music have no friends or enemies. Everybody melodies, harmonies, music in the atmosphere, sweet music is everywhere, even in the park, in the dark, a blind man can find a melody. Music fills the world with happiness, plenty, sweetness, and togetherness. Music have no friends or enemies. Everybody put dingole, 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 dingole. If your clothes tear up or your shoe goes up, you could still jump up when music plays. Old lady, young baby, everybody go dingole, 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 yeah, 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 yeah. No, 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 no.
Radio Cayman 89.9 FM. You're listening to the sounds of Mr. Winston Bailey, otherwise known as the Mighty Shadow, who passed away this morning, sadly. So we're playing tribute songs to him right now.
What's wrong with the controllers? The soca controllers. If your conscience haunting you, it's you I am talking to. I've spent restless days and sleepless nights in many ways to make soca right. Now they're playing games, heavy games to protect my honor. I'm gonna fight like a tiger. Tension in my body, tension in my soul, tension in my belly, my blood running cold. Ease the tension, ease the tension, ease the tension. Me say, ease the tension. The tension keep rising, reaching for my head. If it don't stop rising, I will soon be dead. Ease the tension, ease the tension, ease the tension, ease the tension. The soca controllers, making and breaking stars. They want to conquer me.